say, man, I don't know her. She's too quiet.
What up, though? It's your girl, She's Too Quiet, and welcome back to the She's Too Quiet podcast. This podcast is for the ones who've been overlooked, underestimated, or simply too quiet for the noise of this world. I'm Tania, a fellow introvert and woman of faith, inviting you to find strength in stillness, clarity in solitude, and purpose in your quiet voice. Every episode, you'll hear reflections, devotions, and quiet confessions that remind you don't have to be loud to be powerful. And if you're listening, you're already a part of the Quiet Power Club, a space where we celebrate gentle strength and the God who meets us in the silence. Let's get into it. What up, though? Happy Monday. It is officially the start of the week. I hope your week last week went well. I hope you had a great weekend. My mom is here with me visiting. I have a dental procedure coming up, so please keep me in your prayers. So today's episode is called, What If I Never Try? Overcoming the Fear of Starting. What have you been saying you're going to start, but you still haven't started? Is it a business? Maybe it's a book? Getting serious about something God has placed on your heart? Maybe you keep telling yourself, I'm not ready. Maybe you keep telling yourself, I need more experience. Maybe you say, I'll start when things calm down. But what if what you're calling waiting for the right time is actually fear? Maybe you have the fear of failing, maybe the fear of being judged, or even the fear of regret. So today, my quiet confession is I'm afraid of regret. Not the regret of trying and failing, but the regret of looking back years from now and realizing I had the opportunity. I just kept talking myself out of it. What if I have the idea? What if I have the ability? What if I can actually do it, but I was too afraid to start? Can you imagine one day looking on TV and seeing a commercial and you're just like, that was my idea. I wanted to do that. Matter of fact, I could have done that. Now that's a different kind of pain. Failure gives you information. Never trying leaves you with the question of what if. So there's a quote that I found by an author, Karen Lamb, and it says, a year from now, you may wish you had started today. What she's simply saying is, the time is now. Sometimes we're so focused on whether we're ready today that we don't think about how we're going to feel a year from now when we're in the exact same spot. So there's a Bible story, we got to root this in scripture. So if y'all have heard of the parable of the talents, it is found in Matthew chapter 25, verse 14 through 30. And basically, two servants, they multiplied what they had. They actually put feet on what they were given, gave it a duty, made some things shake. But one of the servants, he buried it because he was afraid. He didn't lose it. He didn't waste it. He simply did nothing with it. Sometimes we're not failing because we're trying and getting it wrong. We're failing because we never even try at all. So I know you're probably asking, what if I fail? Let's say I have this grand idea, I get started, I work on it, and it doesn't work out. But I want you to flip that question for a second, okay? What if it succeeds? Have you thought about that? What if that book you're thinking about actually reaches people? What if you actually get that job? What if the thing you're afraid to start becomes the thing that changes your entire life? We prepare ourselves so heavily for disappointment that sometimes we forget to make room for possibility. Now, let's pump our brakes for a second. I don't want to give you a false picture of what might happen if you step out of your comfort zone and finally start that thing, okay? Let's be honest, sometimes things just don't work out. But failure doesn't automatically mean you made the wrong decision. Failure can be information. Your first attempt doesn't have to be your final attempt. You can always pivot, you can always learn, fill in those gaps, and start again. It is my challenge for you to shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, what if I fail? Everything is over. I want you to think, if it doesn't work, I'll learn something that I never knew before. So, this next thing I want to get into, I want y'all to really focus on this, okay? There is no perfect time. I'm sorry, there's not. There's no perfect time. There's always going to be a reason to wait. Maybe you're going to say, I can't do it. I need more money. I can't do it. I need to learn more about it. I'm not as confident right now. I need more confidence. I need more time. If you're not careful, you can prepare for a lifetime. At some point, guys, okay, preparation has to become action. So I know you're probably wondering, she's too quiet. How am I going to do this? Don't worry, I got you. Here's 5 practical steps to get you started. Number 1, identify what you're actually afraid of. Don't say, I'm scared to start. That's base level, right? Let's get into it. What are you specifically afraid of? Are you afraid of rejection, success, being seen? Are you afraid that, it won't be welcomed? It's not a great idea? Once you identify that fear, you can then challenge it. You can begin looking at the pros and cons and what you can do to make this a success. Number 2, I need you to make sure this first step is extremely small. Don't build the whole business today. Just do a little research, okay? You don't have to write the whole book today. Just write 1 page. Small actions breaks the cycle of overthinking. Number 3, give yourself permission to be bad at first. You are allowed to be a beginner. A lot of people have the fear of starting something new. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. I know it may be hard, but you can do it. Your first attempt doesn't need to represent your final ability. There's always room to grow and expand. You can't improve something you never start. Number 4, give yourself a deadline. Don't say I'm going to start soon, because when is soon exactly? When is it? All right. Set a date, put it on the calendar, tell somebody so you can create some sort of accountability. Number 5, pray, then move. Ask God for wisdom and direction. He will order your steps. You don't have to do it all by yourself. You don't have to start alone. Prayer isn't meant to keep us permanently parked. Sometimes the answer comes while we're actually moving. They say faith without works is what, y'all? Dead. Okay. Now, this episode wouldn't be right without a few journal prompts. My first prompt for you today, if you have a few quiet moments, I want you to write down, what have you been afraid to start? My second prompt is, what is one thing you can do to get started within the next 24 hours? After you write down what you can do within the next 24 hours, I want you to actually do it, okay? Not next week, not when you're more confident, but within the next 24 hours. Send that email, submit that application, record the video, take the class. Whatever step you need to take it. As we wrap up today's episode, I want you to start before you know the ending. Maybe you will fail. Maybe you will succeed. Maybe the idea will change completely. Maybe you'll discover something you never expected. But you'll never know if you refuse to begin. Don't let fear make decisions for you. You don't want to look back years from now and say, I wonder what would have happened if I would have just tried. I need you to make up in your mind that you would rather try, learn, grow, pivot, and keep moving rather than spend your whole life wondering what could have been. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing to take the first step. Thank you for sitting with me for a few quiet moments today. If this episode encouraged you, make sure you are following She's Too Quiet wherever podcasts are found. Please subscribe and stay connected so you'll never miss an episode. Don't forget to do two things that's love God and love people. This is for the soft spoken and deeply felt. Until next time, deuces.